There comes a point in any risky venture where all the stuff breaks loose and things are happening, and you wonder, did I plan this out right? All right, there's Robin's yard over there, if y'all can see. And I'm gonna cruise over here to Derrick's job, and we're gonna check out and see what Derrick and them needs on their job. And there's the landowner and them. And they're a good feller now. It's a good landowner to work off of. I tell you, every once in a while you get a good landowner like these guys. But we get a lot of them anymore. We don't carry a reputation for being a bunch of scoundrels as a company. And then we get, we buy through, you know, a lot of our timber's bought on the open market, you know, so a lot of people, you know, you'll have trouble and they think, well, did I get paid the full price? Well, you know, they got paid full price when you're buying it on the open market, you know, and then a lot of it's negotiated after you bought it on the open market, you know, so they know you pay good money, and then they, you know, so people's happy on their money to start with, and then you don't have to carry a reputation of being a rape and run type of company, and that really helps out. And then when you'll find every landowner's got stuff they want, you figure out what that landowner wants and make him happy or her happy, and you can kind of cater to their wants on top of practicing your normal silviculture and your conservation type of mentality and all that stuff. You know, you practice all that stuff, and then everybody's got the things that they got their quirks, you know, and you check their quirks out and do what they want of you, because it's their property, you're the guest, you know, so you do right by them, and then they usually, anymore, it seems like everybody's pretty easy to deal with anymore. Of course, we hold ourselves to a pretty high standard, so they ain't got to sit there and ride our butts, you know. If they need something, we make it the type of relationship where they can feel free to say it. But we don't sit there and, you know, be the type of person they have to rag on either. You do responsible work, and then all they'll need usually is just little knickknacks, you know, to satisfy each one of them's different motives of what they need of their property. All right. Or just hand cut him and have him push or something like that. Alright. Alrighty. Love you. Bye. Yeah, I'm right here. But Robin probably be fine for the rest of the evening, and then in the morning you'll probably see all the trees by then and make a call. Alright, y'all got a lot going on here. Alrighty. Alright, I'm right here. Okay, alright, bye. So we're over here on Big Daddy's job. Jenny, I'm talking on the, hang on, let me hang up on you. So we're over here on Big Daddy's job. I got some veneering on this job. Alright, I'll go scope it out. Yeah, do something else.
How many loads are stacked in the boat?
I don't know. I've been logging. It looks like 3.
Alright. Well,
and it looks like there's 2 to come out yet, so 5.
Okay.
And I don't know. You can't decide till he sees all the wood.
Okay.
And then that'll be a good time to make that call in the morning. You can send him an extra truck.
You got 2 trucks there. I got 1 here.
Don't force them on us.
Yeah, well, I'm keeping him here to decide what to do. It's just hard to communicate. If you go back.
Dan, me, and Chris is already there. It's 3 loads.
Right.
In the morning, we'll pick up what's left.
Or this one too.
Don't force it on me. Ain't got it pulled out. We're good. All right, let's go scope these trees out up on the hill. Yeah, that's fine. No pressure. Got you. Daddy's always looking out for me, because a lot of times landowners will get you pushed into a corner, and he don't want nobody getting hurt. He don't want no liabilities. So, and I'm kind of cocky anyway, so he always tries to make sure I know that it ain't, you know, that ain't the trees that are by the house ain't been pushed up real hard as far as footage or price or any of that stuff, because of the liability with it. And if we leave them, so be it. But they did mark them, and we need to go take a look at them and see if we can pull them down, which I'm sure that can be done. But Brad, now that Brad marked this, and Brad, he gives me an exercise every once in a while, I'll tell you that much. He knows what I can do, more than I know what I can do, and then he gives me a little bit more to see if I can handle it. Oh, Bradley! All right, we'll go run down here and see what we got down here. Come on, Joby, get the ball, boy. So, well, I'd say them in the backyard behind the houses want some of them. He said both these houses are family. Try to get out of this guy before I get ran over. Yep, there's some behind the house there. Oh yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there's a few. Oh, this is a nice looking place. Yep. Okay, now he said there's a double white oak somewhere he thinks is almost impossible. Them don't look too bad. I hear a big deer whacking at it. Take Derrick a pushing. We could do it, it's short bodied, but he'd have to get back there and push it. Whew. Boy, I don't know, that's a lot of bush hanging over there. Much forward lean as I have. By God, not much. We could do it, but boy, it'd be all we could do, and that house is sitting right there. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm like you, Dad. I don't think we ought to do it. We could do it, but I don't think we ought to. See how I do this? Just cut your hinge out, drop down back cut, Derrick over here, and then cut the bejesus there towards the end, and then take it straight over here. Yeah, he can do it. We need to put the trunk right about here. Yeah, it can be done. ain't got a lot of forward links. I just get them down at the company. Hard head wedges.
Yeah, okay, I call hard head, yeah.
Hard heads and the greens, I like both of them. But when you're really pounding on them, these are nice because you got a little bit of metal there to hit, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
drive. You probably looked it over already. I'll let you wiggle in there before I touch it in case you decide we ain't gonna do it. I think I'm okay. But if you can't wiggle in there to where you're happy, we'll stop. It'll take me a minute to carve this one up. Yeah. That's what I figured we'd do. Yeah.
If you got a little bit of push on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure he gets wiggled in there before I cut into it though. I told him I'd, cause something happens and he don't fit right, and I need to be able to stop before I cut the tree. And I'll step down my back cut. It's another trick you'll see once we get the tree down. You make your notch, and when you do your back cut, you drop down about this far.
Oh yeah?
And he can't shear it off no matter what.
Oh,
so he can claw, he can buck, he can jump, and the tree will still stay on the stump.
Oh, I see.
Because it'd have to raise up 3 inches to jump off the stump.
Right.
And with that, with the step down back cut and that backstop tree, and he can get it at an angle like this, to where he can really cut the steering wheel. And there's no blanket policy.
Right. Every tree is different.
Yeah.
Almost professional. Almost.
I caught it.
That's just about as good as Joe Rush has done. Yeah.
See that? You seen all the things we did?
Yeah.
That still didn't do it by accident. You know what I mean? And you was giving her hell.
Yeah. That felt good right down that way.
Yeah.
The shape is in.
Yeah. Do you got any more of them you're gonna need me on back there? I ain't been back this way.
The only one I got that little bastard right there.
You want me to, with the wind blowing, you want me to do it and you push it or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I don't cut it off.
Yeah. And what do you want to do with this? You want me to top it down and leave the firewood or not?
Yeah, just
on these two?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll have to pick them out of his yard, but he'll have it right there handy.
Yeah, he'll have it right there close by.
Yeah. Now the rest of them, I figure we pull out of the yard, top and all, right?
What's that? Yeah, if you don't care.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you don't care, pull the whole top, and then when you get right there at the edge of the field right here,
yeah,
just cut it off, leave the top right there.
Yeah.
And then go right on over the hill if you want to.
Okay.
With these.
Alrighty.
And just that way, whenever we had the brush, I can just take my little front end loader and just shove the brush.
Yeah.
Right in the,
and you're right there close.
Yeah.
Yep. Got you.
That'd be fun.
Alrighty. Good job, Bubba.
Like
I wouldn't have done that if you hadn't have been. You know what I mean?
I'm just glad you showed up.
See, he grew up with the gas can in his hand. He knew, you know, and that you got to know what the hell. You got to be able to trade. Can't be some rookie, you know.
Yeah. I don't know.
When it comes to this stuff, I take a real intuitive approach to it. I really look at it and go to it accordance to what the environment's given me at the time, the way I view it. And you take somebody like Derrick in this situation, and I mean, he's probably more qualified than I am, really. But you take Derrick in this situation, and the thing, chemistry's a lot. And of course, you all probably know that chemistry's a lot. You know, you got somebody you can work with and stuff like that. And me, I'm like Roger and me and Derrick. We got all three of us think a lot alike as far as. You're not going to hear much. You're not going to hear much whine. You're not going to hear much talk at all. You're just going to get in there. You're going to feel. You're going to sense, and go at it. And it. You got to have a certain. You got to know what you're doing. You know, have skill and have experience. And one very important, crucial element to the whole thing is you got to have a set of balls, man. You got to get in there and do it. You can't fart around. You can't hesitate. You got to plan the workout and then work the plan, so to speak. I mean, once you get your plan made, get with it, and don't go into it mildly, softly. You know what I mean? It's time. I mean, when it's time to go, when that weight starts moving, boy, you got to pour it on, get her going, and keep her going, and stay with it till it's done. You know, that type of thing.
Yep, that's it. Back to our job. We've messed up this guy's yard. Let's move on. Hey, big trucker.
Hey, Wade, how you doing?
Good. How's life treating you?
I don't reckon.
It ain't better you be twins, right?
Almost. Nobody can stand that much time.
They'll get over it. around the trucks. Roger Dodger's picking on. We get mud done outside. You're getting done your side, Tato. Roger? Need any lip off you? I'll shave it off of Derrick's butt cheek. Huh. Well, there goes our truck. There's Big Meat heading to our job. Well, let's head over to our job and scope it out.
I tell you, these two jobs have been slowed us down to get them knocked out, but the people's good, daggone people, and they deserved a good logging job. I mean, both landowners on Big Mama's job and Robin's job here, both. You know, the only thing that kind of sucked is it's beef up season. It's time to start getting the wood in this mill. Right in the middle of beef up season, actually, and then we had to slow down to knock these two out. But daggone, we needed our driest weather possible, and you get that in the fall, you know, and you can't beat that. You know, you can't miracle yourself dry weather, but you can count on it in the fall. And we needed dry weather, especially, you know, they're trucking out the bottom on their job. You've seen that, how they're coming out on the low ground. And then us down here in this hillside feeding down towards this trailer down the bottom down here, and where we got the skid through on a neighbor here, and then it's daggone, we'd have butchered his daggone ground up if we'd been there in the wrong time of year, and the way the seeps was feeding and stuff like that. And me and old boy was talking there, and he said, man, you got to understand, he said, down here in this valley, he said, I get pretty much a quarter-inch rain daily. Or not a quarter-inch. Daggone, what did he say? I've slept since me and him talked. He said, I get a heavy dew, though. He said, I get a rain. That's what he said. I get rain daily. He said, it dews so heavy up this valley. He said, it's thick every morning. He said, on a dry day, it's dew. I get plenty of dew. He said, so there's always plenty of moisture down here in the bottom down here. Well, you know, that's what I was telling him. I said, my gosh, I can't believe how wet it is here. And that's when he told me. He said, you know, we get all our normal rainfall and all that stuff, but he said every morning it dews heavily here. He said it ain't normal dew. He said I've been in other places. He said I'm not full blown here. It's heavy dew. But I'm gonna have to jump on here. Chris has got to jockey his truck around on some stuff, and I need to get on this skidder and get this thing put together and try to see if I can finish this thing to where we don't need a dozer on this job.
How's it going? You're about done in the back, ain't you?
I got your power. You can walk up and something.
Okay.
We'll be here till you get done anyways. It's only That's probably only. What's there? I think there's them two big pieces that's Rob McCall pulpwood. And I think there's maybe one more drag. I don't know, maybe two more, maybe four total.
Well, we got all ours done over there. Good job, Bubba. I'm gonna get after it. See you.
One thing about Chris is when he's doing something, he's learning something. Like he's learning to run this skidder. This is like his second day on a skidder, and his confidence, man. He's not a dummy, and he learns slow. It drives me nuts because he learns deliberate. That's the best way I could sum Chris up, is deliberate. He is going to learn this thing right, period. And but the seating had to buck him off. I was like, Chris, I gotta get this done. We're gonna have to move his job, and he had his truck stuff ready to go and everything, anyways. But that's how he learns, is deliberate, and he's got the confidence. There's no holding him back in life. He has got the confidence and the comfort. He's not one of these guys that gets gets their little feelings hurt and gets insecure, because he's confident in his abilities. And he he runs loaders, trucks. He ain't got in on the skidder yet. He's just now learning the skidder, but whatever he operates as an operator, he's a smooth, good one. Better operator than I am. I'm a rough ramrod here this evening. Of course, I'm thinking about the job. I got 1,000 things to do. That's why you get better people than you are. That's Mama told me that for years, because I'm a terrible operator. But there's better operators here.
We did a little cleanup work with Skidder 6. We're still going to have to bring the bulldozer back to this job, because we don't have it cleaned up good enough. Majority of everything is, but where a lot of traffic is crossing the neighbor here, it's not. We can't get it good enough. Now where we logged at, I did enough shoveling off the hills and stuff to where we don't have anything to do on the where we logged at it, because I walked it on its skidder and got it all cleaned up, and there ain't no water bars to cut. But crossing neighbor, man, that'd be a bad way to do him, not put that back right. And he's been nice to work with. He's been real good to us. A good man, truck driver. He talks my language, so I want to do right by him. So we're gonna bring the dozer back and do some work for him, and clean his place up a little bit, and make right by him. And well, Robin's got him about. He's got more than can fit on one log truck. It's going to take 2 log trucks, but it's only like a load and a third. That's what he's got left here. And then we'll be wound down here. Now the neighbor said leave the chunk sitting here. He said they're going to cut it up for firewood, leave them set. So that's all looking fine and dandy. Let's shut down and get our butts home. Swing wide when you get around your cars.
Hi.